Hey everybody, it's Ketwolski here, just checking in with another really great and exciting Season 12 update for Star Trek Online. We're going to talk about a couple of different articles today. They're obviously ramping up all the news articles that they're releasing in preparation for the 26th, which is when the new Season 12 update, Star Trek Online Reckoning, is going to be released. So quickly, we're going to talk about the Lukari Restoration Initiative Reputation, which is a really long word for saying that the Lukari Rep. Alright, here we go. The Lukari Restoration Initiative represents their attempts to utilize protomatter to undo damage dealt by the Zenkethi. That's an interesting concept right there. Their expertise in using protomatter, combined with the sustainability doctrine and scientific focus, has resulted in an approach to the exploration that revolves around leaving the universe a better place for all those who share it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So, right off the bat, I like the idea of like a yin and yang kind of opposing forces there where you have the Zenkethi on one hand where they're, just trying to kill everybody with protomatter, but then the Lukari, who are the exact opposite, they're using the exact same material, the protomatter, to actually try to make the universe better, which is kind of a really interesting way of creating kind of a dynamic between the two opposing forces. So that's pretty cool. Submitting Lukari marks will increase your standing with the Lukari Restoration Initiative. These can be earned by participating in the 2 new PvE queues, as well as the Zenkethi Battle Zone, no surprise there. Each source of marks allows for scaling rewards, increasing the number of Lukari marks, blah, 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 blah. Same as before. Protomatter micro-containers can be earned by participating in advanced and elite versions of queues, which reward Lukari marks as well as completing significant events in the Zenkethi Battle Zone. I don't know what that means just yet. I haven't seen the Zenkethi Battle Zone, so I don't know what a significant event actually means. Protomatter micro-containers hold trace amounts of protomatter used by the Zenkethi for making protomatter bombs. Because protomatter is notoriously unstable, the Zenkethi usually keep it in small, isolated quantities, hence, I guess, the micro-containers. Allied forces encourage collection of protomatter for safe disposal. High-end gear projects will require a small amount of protomatter micro-containers to claim the best equipment Lukari Restoration has to offer. So, this is the same as any other time where any of the other more newer reputation marks where you have like the temple marks, or even far back as the Romulan ones and stuff like that, where if you want the better gear, like the tier 4, tier 5 gear, like later on down the line, you have to have like a special little device that also has to add to it. And it's not easy to get, quote unquote, not easy to get. Now you can either do that before you were able to do that through getting a large amount of marks and then just trading them in through the rep system, and then being able to get it through there, or it looks like maybe now they're kind of pushing you into doing the advanced and elites PvE queues and the Zenkethi Battle Zone in order to get them. So I don't know if it'll be available through the rep system like the previous ones. So that's kind of interesting if they change that. I hope that they don't, though. I like being able to just get as many marks as I want, which mark farming is really easy, and just turning them in for whatever it is I want. Lukari marks and protomatter microcontainers can be submitted for reputation XP and new high-quality gear acquisitions. Here are a few examples of the items. Okay. Alright, space set 4 pieces for the Lukari Initiative Starship technologies. We have the Initiative Deflector Array, the Initiative Combat Impulse Engines, the Regenerative Shields, and the Lukari Warp Signature or Singularity Core for their engines. Now, this is basically the same set that you normally get. It's a typical space set for a rep. Obviously, these things are going to provide you with different capabilities, and then once you have them all together, they increase their set capabilities and things of that nature, so that's kind of cool. And that's great. And actually, right here, it talks about the set bonuses for each of the new space equipments. What the things do is not so great. Really, what's important is the set bonuses. Rapid Restoration, if you have 2 pieces, this is a passive ability. 10% recharge time reduction on hull and shield healing bridge officer abilities, which is actually really awesome. Supercharged shield emitters, an enhancement, regenerative shield overflow, range increased from 2.K5 to 5 kilometers, and enhanced point jump. Point jump reduces recharge of 120 seconds and gain temporary hit points. Foes within 5 meters receive a penalty to shield hardness. So this is actually a capability, enhanced point jump. So I'm wondering if that's going to be like jumping from one location to another, and maybe it has like an AoE effect against the enemies, which gives them that shield hardness for 10 seconds, which is actually really cool. Alright, we have the armaments, which is a 3-piece set. We have the piezo electric focuser. I don't know what that is, so let's actually read this. The electric focuser universal console utilizes advanced technology. Sliding this console grants an increase to polaron damage, turn speed, and maximum shield capacity. Those are 3 things you really want, especially if you're flying a polaron flavored ship. The advanced photon torpedo launcher, I think we know what that is, and then of course the advanced polaron weapon, either a beam away or dual heavy cannons. That's pretty cool. Lukari Restoration Initiative armament set bonuses. For 2 pieces, you get passive ability, which is increased photon, polaron, and drain expertise. And then for the 3-piece full set, if your high yield advanced piezo photon torpedoes are shot down before reaching the target, they will spawn a protomatter hazard that grants allied players a hull and shield regeneration boost for flying into it. That's something I don't think they've ever done before. So basically what this is saying is that if your heavy torpedo, which, you guys are probably familiar with what that is, heavy torpedo launches at, you can actually click on it, whether it be enemy or whatever, and you can actually shoot it to prevent it from hitting your ship. But now it's saying that if you do that, there's a little protomatter field that if you fly through it, you get a hull and shield regeneration boost for flying into it, which is actually really kind of cool, and actually kind of creates like a little bit of like a, well, you shot down my torpedo, I didn't do any damage to you, but either you want to take the damage or you want to give it the opportunity for a shield and hull boost. So what do you want to do? So it kind of gives you the option there. That's kind of cool. They also have the restorative combat armor for the ground set 3 pieces. The combat armor, the personal shield, and the electric wrist apparatus. I don't know what that is. Let's read this. The Lukari have ideals which must not be lost among the conflicts of space. This lead their engineering teams to develop a wrist device that is capable of both reinforcing offensive capabilities and providing a support role in the scenario it warrants. Additionally, due to the electrical output of the device, enemy offensive and supportive electronics can be dispatched quickly and tactically. That's actually really cool. Okay, so if you have 2 of these different sets, you get increased outgoing shields and increased electrical damage. And then if you have all 3 pieces, chance when taking damage when shields are active to convert some incoming damage for a few seconds into shield healing, which is, whatever. Alright. Kit modules. These are the fun things that everybody really likes, because these usually don't require too much effort to try to get a hold of, but they're fun to add on to your current repertoire of abilities. Like these ones right here, like if you want all of the cool abilities, you have to have like really all 3 pieces or 2 pieces or 4 pieces and things of that nature in order to get these. The kit modules add on, and they're just like tacked onto your regular modules, so it's more fun and allows for a little bit more customization without too much penalty. So this is pretty cool. So let's take a look. Engineering kit module, protomatter generator drone mark X11. This drone fabrication creates a drone, provides passive health and shield regenerations, which again, that actually makes sense because what they're talking about is the Lukari being more inclined to being more passive and being more of a support role, so it makes sense that their abilities and their things, their drones, are more towards those kinds of things as opposed to offensive abilities. Science kit, which is an electric lattice. The electric lattice will root and cause electrical damage over time to the target and up to 4 nearby targets. Affected targets may also suffer from weapons malfunction for a short time. So that's kind of a root, AoE, and also weapons malfunction all rolled into one, so that's really cool. And then the electric grenade explodes on contact, dealing an effective kinetic damage as well as high amounts of electric damage over time. So I imagine the effect on that's probably going to be really cool. So when it explodes, it'll probably be like, like an electrical field around the area so that you can actually see like the AoE effects of that. So that's pretty cool. All right. Traits. The Lukari Restoration Initiative introduces the following new traits. Now, again, these are the traits that you add in that you get experience points for, and you can select different ones. There's a bunch of them now. They used to, when it first came out, there was like pilot and ground and all this other stuff. Now there's like a million. Tier 1 ground, slippery target, and then also viral weapon overload. Tier 2 space, evasive tactics, and the viral engine overload. Tier 3 ground, reactive protomatter infusion, and then also the electric discharge, which is actually cause an AoE shield drain centered on your primary target. That's actually pretty cool. Tier 4 space, the automated protomatter conduits, the piezo electric amplification, and then Tier 5 ground, the electric perimeter snare, which is a click ability, which is fun. I always love click abilities. The snare creates a patch of mechanical tendrils at the target, which damage and roots foes. Any foes that move into the snare will also be slowed. The targets caught in the patch will receive electrical burns, which deals damage over time. All damage primarily ignores shields. That's a hull-facing ability, which makes sense because it's electrical. It's going to zap through the shields. I like that. That's pretty cool. will be available on the launch, of course, blah, blah, blah. So that covers up what basically the back end portion of what Season 12 is. So far we've talked about what the new content's going to be, who the new enemies are going to be, the PvE stuff, a little bit of the story. But this is kind of the more nitty-gritty stuff of like, this is the new back-end kind of grindy pieces that are going to be attached to the seasons. This kind of stuff is very typical of Cryptic, that they always usually relaunch with a new season or a new update. They have a million different reputation systems. I want to touch really quickly on this particular picture, because this is obviously their ground reputation gear. I really like the costumes, and I like this little thing that zips around the head. It reminds me a lot of what Captain Kumakari was wearing in Echoes of Light, with the thing kind of like zips around her head. I really like the looks of them. It very much looks like a Lukari style outfit. Not a huge fan of the helmets, but overall though, I would give this, a 7 out of 10. This is pretty good. I really like the design. The coloring is right. These little cables, and then the thing that zips around their heads definitely matches up with what Lukari looked like so far in game. So it definitely feels like that's appropriate for them. So it looks really cool. It'll be a fun outfit, I think, to wear, possibly without the helmet, but again, that's my personal preference. Alright, let's slide over to the next article. This one here, Kits and Module Research School. Alright, look, there she is right there with her cool little outfit on that she's got. She's actually in a room that I've never seen before, so I'm curious what this place is. That's kind of interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and read this article. Along with many other improvements, Season 12 will see the introduction of Kits and Module Research School. This new R&D school gives captains the ability to craft kit modules, kits, and other resources to assist them in ground-based missions. Captains may choose what marks to create new modules and kits at, which determines the required materials, difficulty to craft the item. Processing through the school increases your crafting skill, blah, 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 of course, the normal thing. So this is actually a new thing. So before you were able to do these abilities were here before, creating weapons, beams, projectiles, all these different kinds of things. And now you're actually able to create your own kit stuff, which is really cool. But as of right now, you have to go out and buy those things from different vendors, or get them from missions, or get them from the exchange and stuff like that. So being able to craft them yourself gives the R&D players, who a lot of people are R&D players because that's a really great end-game content type thing, where they will sit there and actually grind through these types of stuff. It actually gives them the opportunity to actually create their own kits and make a little money off of them, and also create stuff for themselves, which I think is really cool. Reaching certain levels within the Kits and Module Research School unlocks access to new items. At level 5, captains unlock access to the Novice Technologist title and may start crafting basic kit and tech module upgrades. This new type of tech upgrade can be used to increase the technology points and quality of kits. That's pretty cool. Level 10 unlocks the Adept, which is pretty nice. Level 15 unlocks Expert, the title of Technophile, a personal trait, superior tech upgrades, experimental and passive kit modules will be able to be created, and then level 20 unlocks the Master Technologist title. In addition to requiring advanced or highly sought after materials, passive kit modules may only be built by an R&D. Wait a second. Passive kit modules may only be built by an R&D. Kits and Module Specialist Duty Officer. These new duty officers have been added to the Delta Alliance Duty Officer Pack, the Kremen Research Lab, and the K-13 Fleet Holdings, and some duty officer packs from lockboxes. So you gotta have a whole new duty officer in order to create these things, which is, that's not a surprise. You needed duty officers for different things before, so that's not really a surprise. That kind of go hands in hand with what they've done before. Final note, with the tradition of kits and modules, dynamic kits and blah 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 blah. Oh wait, this is interesting. With the addition of Kits and Module Research School, and kit modules can no longer be upgraded via ground tech upgrades. Universal as well as kits and module tech upgrades may be used to upgrade these dynamic items. It's gonna get. I'm not turning this video into a discussion about kit modules. They actually, STO Unrefined and the Teaching Corner, excuse me, has a great video on how the kit module research school works. So I would recommend checking those out and kind of understanding how it currently works, so that way you might understand what they're talking about right here a little bit more in depth. Like I don't want to talk about this too far in depth. Basically, they're saying the current way that you can upgrade the ground abilities, these ground kits, is being removed and being replaced with this, which makes sense because, well, if you don't replace the one that people are using now, no one's going to use this, so that makes sense why they're doing that. But I'm sure people are going to be really upset about that in some way, shape, or form. All right, the next article we're going to talk about is a gathering of wills. Now, this is kind of a quote-unquote RP article, and I don't want to read through all of this, but I do want to just touch on this so that you guys, and I'll link this down in the video description below. I do want to touch on this because this is the kind of stuff that sets up who the characters are going to be and where they're at currently right before Season 12 starts. Now, this is General Rodek, who is actually going to be the new Klingon general that you're going to be working with in the Zenkethi battle zone, and most likely will be leading up the Alliance forces against the Zenkethi threat in the Alpha Quadrant, which is a lot of fun, I think. Especially since the Klingons appear to be taking the lead role in this Alliance force. Usually it's been the Federation or even the Romulan Republic. The Klingons haven't really done too much in the way of leading them, but it looks like this General Rodek guy is actually, he's going to be in charge of these Alliance sort of United Nation type forces in there, assisting the Lukari against the Zenkethi. I would recommend reading this if you want to know a little bit more about the story. Again, I'm not going to read all of it because I don't want to bore all you guys, but I do want to touch on it because I just want people to know that. And also, I don't know if this looks like a space station or if this is actually a Lukari ship, but it looks really cool in the background. And also, the design on his armor looks amazing, and his character model looks actually really cool. And you can actually see like a really cool scar like right across his face here, which is actually kind of cool. So yeah, I just want to touch on that and kind of talk about that a little bit. And then, of course, the final thing, which I will be participating in this weekend, starting today, the 19th, and 9 a.m. until Monday, January 23rd at 10 a.m., you'll be able to get bonus XP. During the event, content that provides skill points and XPs will reward 100% or 2 times bonus above the normal amounts. Double XP weekend. Now's the time to get those characters leveled up to level 60 so you can get into the Zenkethi battle zone. And they're doing this so that we can have access to all the cool Zenkethi content at level 60 as soon as it comes out on the 26th, which is coming up next week. So I hope you guys and gals are jumping in game this weekend. I know I will be. I'm going to be speedrunning my side tune, and I'm also going to be finishing up a couple of the other characters to get them to level 60. And I will be live streaming that as well, so you guys can kind of check that out. And I will be doing a giveaway during that time, which will be kind of fun as well. Anyways, guys and gals, that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Season 12. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I appreciate you guys checking this video out, and tell me what you guys think about, all these different things. Do you guys think that the new kit modules are going to be really cool? How do you feel about having another reputation system and all those things? And do you think that the new R&D school is going to be something beneficial, or is it going to hurt the game? Tell me what you guys think. I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts and engage in good conversation. Please throw a like and a subscribe up on the YouTube, and follow me on Twitter at RealKetwolski. And I will see you guys next time. Live long and prosper, my Trekkies!